Welcome to this session on action planning within and across organisations. In this session, we'll explore why action planning is so valuable when it comes to developing supervision practices. We'll think both at a practice level and at a wider PCN or neighbourhood level. The aim is to give you practical tools to identify areas that you may need strengthening, prioritise where to focus your energy, and create realistic, achievable plans that support effective supervision and education. I encourage you to use this space to reflect on how supervision currently works within your setting, what's going well, and what might benefit from a more structured approach. By the end of this session, you'll have a clear understanding of the value of organisation and multi-organisational action planning, how to identify areas of supervision that may need improvement, how to use structured action planning tools to support your practice or PCN maturity and development. And as we move through the next few slides, take a moment to think about your own setting and what resonates most. Take a moment to reflect on how supervision currently works in your environment. Think about who is involved, how structured it is, and what outcomes you're seeing. This slide sets out some of the key components that contribute to effective supervision. Things like having named supervisors, protected time, supervision agreements, documentation, and opportunities for reflection and career development. You don't need to have everything in place right now. The aim here is to identify where you are and where you might want to be. Using this template, you can start to map out your practice goals more concretely. Think about specific areas you'd like to strengthen. So, for example, do supervisors need more support or training? Do you need more structures around documentation or evaluation? This is all a good opportunity to think about enablers. What would make it easier to deliver high quality supervision in your setting? This checklist is designed to help you take stock. As you go through each item, consider whether this is something your practice currently does well, needs to strengthen, or hasn't yet explored. You can score or mark areas to help prioritise your next steps. This isn't about being perfect. It's about having a clear, honest picture of where you were starting from. Here is where it all comes together. Use this space to capture your key ideas for improving supervision at practice level. Think about both the quick wins and the longer term goals. For example, quick wins may include formalising supervision agreements or identifying supervisors. Longer term goals could include structured feedback loops, peer supervision models, or embedding supervision into appraisal processes. Now let's step out from the individual practice and look at the wider PCN or neighbourhood context. Consider how supervision is currently coordinated across practices. Is there shared resources? Are there opportunities for collaboration? Multi-organisational action planning helps identify how practices can support each other and build sustainable, consistent supervision cultures. This template gives you a structured way to plan at PCN or neighbourhood level. Think about what collective actions could make a difference. Things like shared training opportunities, standardised documentation, joint educator development, or a coordinated escalation process. Collaboration at this level is a powerful and useful way to increase resilience and quality. To help you generate ideas, we've included a list of chapters in the Supervision Toolkit. You can use this list as prompts to identify areas you might want to develop further across your practice or network. For example, maybe your team could benefit from a focus on psychological safety, emotional intelligence, or understanding different roles within supervision. This is your space to start shaping a collective vision. Note down any concrete actions or shared goals that could be taken forward at PCN or neighbourhood level. Think about roles, responsibilities, timelines, and what success would look like. This could include shared supervision training days, mentorship networks, or an educator development programme. We've covered a lot of ground in this session. You've explored why action planning matters, used self-assessment tools to identify strengths and gaps, and started mapping out both practice and network level actions. As you move forward, ask yourself, what do I want to revisit? What can I commit to doing differently because of this learning? Even small, well-chosen actions can create meaningful change over time. And when we act collectively, the impact can be transformative.